Okay, so now I'm going to tell you about my story with Crohn's disease. I had, at the age of 19, a very, very strong pain in my anus and even fever. I went to the hospital, and in the emergency, the doctor said that I had some kind of a cyst around my anus. I didn't know what it means, and they said, well, you just have to clean it up and to do it in the surgery. Okay, I did the surgery. Everything was okay. I went home, and the 1 year after, the same thing happened. And after the second surgery, the doctor said, well, basically, you have a fistula. And from the fistula, the cyst is being created on the anus, and you have to see a proctologist. Okay, I went to a proctologist. And the proctologist said, well, you have to check if you have Crohn's disease. And I didn't know what is a Crohn's disease and autoimmunity, what exactly all of that. And you have to see a gastroenterologist. I went to the gastroenterologist, and the gastroenterologist said that it's a disease that doesn't have a cure, and you're going to suffer that from that all of your life. You have to take medicines all of your life, and you just have to suppress your immune system. So I said, okay, if this is the best option I can have, but not to suffer from the disease, so okay, I will take it. 6 months after I took the medicine, I had the first Crohn's attack that I had to go to the hospital and to be hospitalized and to take medicines and steroids. And I guess most of you know the procedure. And we can say that a little bit my situation got stable because also the medicine after 4 months started to kick in. And also I went to an Ayurvedic doctor, if you know what it is, an ancient Indian natural medicine that helped me a lot by change my diet and also change my supplements, and also I did yoga, which was very, very good, but I still was on the conventional medicine as well. And 7 years after that procedure, I got sick with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and probably it was some kind of a side effect from the medicine that I took. The medicine that I took is purinetol or imuran, and I had to go to some kind of a process of a chemotherapy session that took 6 months, and I couldn't take any more medicines for the Crohn's disease. And it was horrible. By all means, of course, all the symptoms of to have a chemotherapy treatment was horrible. But the thing that was much more horrible, that I suffered from the Crohn's disease, because the Crohn's disease, it was horrible. Diarrhea, another fistulas and another cyst and another two surgeries. That was very complex to do it while I was on the chemotherapy. It was very, very complicated procedure. But at the end, I was got healed from the lymphoma. But for another 2 years, I couldn't take any kind of suppressing immune system medicines because of the chemotherapy that I had before. And again, the Crohn's disease, it was horrible from the same symptoms as I told you. And then the doctors and the proctologists and the oncologist, we all sat together and we understand that I have to take some kind of a medicine to take care of my Crohn's because I can't function anymore. And then for another 2 years, I took Remicade, which is a biological medicine. And again, it helped, but not really. I was sick all the time. I was very, very sensitive. I had another two surgeries in my anus because I had another cyst and another fistulas. And at that point, I understood something, which led me till today to my healing process, that I'm going to make experiments on all over my body. And if I'm going to die, it's going to be from my own experiments and not from the experiments that the doctors are doing on me and on my body. And another aspect, that my partner told me that she's pregnant, and I had a very internal decision and understanding that I just cannot die. If it was an option before, now it's not an option. And from that point, I started to make experiments and to read and to take supplements and to check what is the best diet for me. And the result, after almost 10 years from that decision, I'm standing in front of you. I'm not taking some kind of medicines, and I'm healthy. And I want to take you to the same result, to the same way of living, and to connect with yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, in a very holistic aspect of how to treat yourself.